And of course, there are just a ton of merit badge subjects, merit badges available. And basically, the Eagle Scout's one that has attained a certain number of those merit badges. And they're also asked to complete a community project. And so they early in their process of becoming an Eagle, they identify something that they want to do that can improve the community. And these have included such things as, let's say, taking a city park and maybe putting a bench in, or doing some landscaping.
I've seen a lot of pictures of those in the Herald. Charlene Zwing and her Friends and Neighbors column on a regular basis has some Boy Scout having, maybe because he's working towards his Eagle, but having done Elizabeth Teal's son, having helped out at the Women's Club Garden by the Sea out there and helped refurbish it a little bit. So those must be some of the examples.
Yeah, exactly. And I know of some boys that have created habitats for birds, like maybe building some wood duck houses and placing them in strategic places. So just things like that. But there is a project that's involved, and once that's completed, then they're awarded their Eagle.
Tremendous. If a viewer was to attend on Thursday the 28th for the first time this Distinguished Citizens Award Banquet, what are they gonna experience, John? Will there be some talk about scouting if they've never been, or will it all just be about Edgerton Burroughs that night?
Well, it's we will structure it, the structure of the banquet portion, pretty much like most Scout meetings. We'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag and an invocation. Leslie McIver from Conway is going to be delivering our invocation for us. But beyond that, the program will pretty much be centered around the accomplishments of Edgerton, and Skeets Bellamy is going to be our master of ceremonies.
Good.
And Billy Alford is going to deliver I guess you would call the keynote address,
talking
about Edgerton, and then Jimmy Benton is going to make the award presentation.
How exciting. So you've got a good lineup of friends and folks who can probably pull out the punches and share with the attendees there some things they may not know about Edgerton.
Right. And actually, we're still talking with, but we'd like Alan Clemens just to be there to open the festivities for us, so to speak. And,
as the former council president, PDAC council, who really helped out a lot during that transition as Jim Head was heading out, and of course Ed Heyer, who's going to be with us next Monday. We're going to be at the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. Ed Heyer is going to be with us leading up to the event on the 28th, so try to promote, and of course so much has been happening with the PDAC council recently, Don.
Right. Well, Ed's been with us now about a year and a half, coming up on 2 years.
Right.
Just done a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
Once Jim Head, the former Scout executive, accepted a position down in Houston.
Yes.
We, as a council, were asked by National to consider the possibility of merging with either the Charleston Council or one over in Columbia, Council that serves the Columbia area. And so we really spent about a year where the council was sort of in limbo. We didn't have an executive. Alan was chairman of the board during that period of time.
Very stressful for Alan,
because most of the people that we rely on for contributions and all were aware of the fact that we didn't have leadership, and were aware of the possibility of mergers, and so it was just a real state of limbo that we were in. But we finally concluded that merger was not in the best interest, and so once we had satisfied National that was the appropriate direction to take, and then we got busy and started looking for and recruiting a Scout executive to come in and replace Jim. And of course, we had a number of candidates. All of the candidates are from other councils.
Always from other councils.
Right. And I'll tell you, I was on the search committee, and it was a difficult choice because, again, all of these guys that indicated a desire to come were certainly well qualified.
Oh yeah, and, sure.
But we concluded that Ed Hire was the man that we wanted, and as again, being on the committee, I may be partial, but it was I think an excellent choice, and
absolutely.
Ed's done a wonderful job.
We're excited to get Ed in next Monday, having not had him on the show since we kicked the show back off in January, but knowing the need of scouting is out there, and y'all had a successful 06 and are expecting even a more exciting wrap-up of 07 leading into a big 2008. You recently renamed the service center after one of the dedicated volunteers over the years.
Right. There's a gentleman over there, Johnson.
Henry Johnson, that's right. Absolutely.
That was very active in the council, and I guess during Jim Head's tenure he was not active with the board, but did continue to operate a golf tournament.
Oh yeah, the big one down at the beach here, yes.
Well, and I think
they've since moved it up to the
somewhere over in the Sumter area.
Oh, okay. I thought there was one down at Devido or somewhere down there that Henry Johnson was putting on, but maybe he was doing two. Yeah. He was obviously helping out. Yeah.
Right, and basically the money that he was raising each year off of that golf tournament, he was applying towards the loan that the council had on the facility there, the council office, and so we decided to name the building after him,
the Henry Johnson
of his
Service
significant
Center
contribution.
That is such a great location there on Coit Street, next door to Webb Jones' dentist office, which makes it very easy for Webb to be on time to meetings. He wouldn't have a legitimate excuse. He is your council president now, isn't he?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Right. And he served previously. He served as treasurer of the council. Was again, it was very nice to have him right next door so he could go sign checks. And
both good and bad. I'm sure he was always getting calls about, come on over, Webb. We'd like to see you there. I'm sure that's. But it's a great location, easy to find, and of course, folks, if they called Lori at the 839-8221 number, she could give them the direct number for the PD Area Council. And and of course also to inquire about tickets. The ticket cost, the per seat cost, you still have tickets available, Don?
Still have some available, yes.
Okay, great.
$250 a seat, and of course most of that money does go towards the budget for the council.
Right.
A small part of course, we'll need to cover the cost of the dinner itself.
Sure, of course,
but the lion's share of it does go toward council operations.
That is wonderful. You've got some big sponsors that night. I saw the Eagle sponsorship, a very substantial $10,000 sponsorship from Burrs and Chapin Company, and then $5,000 sponsors. You've got so many sponsors, and of course it'd be difficult to name all of them in the last couple of minutes we've got here, but surely wanted to take a minute to highlight these 5 life sponsors. You've got American Services, of course your own company, Dargan Construction Company, Electric Service of South Carolina, Silver Companies, and Turner, Paget, Graham, and Laney. So a good $35,000 right there raised, as well as, golly, a dozen plus of these $2,500 sponsors. Folks would think, oh, you must not need any money, but you can continue to sell in more tickets. You want to fill up the room.
Right. And we have within the board, the PD area board, we have concluded that if depending on what we're able to raise, we are going to put $60,000 of what we raise goes towards the operations of the council, so it's the operating budget.
Right.
And then anything in excess of $60,000 that we raise, we are going to put that into our capital account. And so that would be used for making substantial improvements to Camp Coker.
Wonderful.
And quite frankly, right now there is a kitchen renovation that's underway at Camp Coker. Going to make a wonderful facility for the boys. But the price tag on that's like $180,000. So we are in need of capital funds as well.
Truly, truly. Don, thanks so much for being with us this morning. I'm sorry we run out of time.
Okay,
sure, we'd
thank
love
you.
to get you back another time. We're excited. Thanks for opening the door to get Ed Heyer in with us next week.
Super.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Don Weaver coming up next. Our youth need role models. They need role models. This is our youth ages 6 to 20. Over 4,500 of them in these 11 counties. Think of that. The PDAC Council is 11 counties. It's not just O'Ree. It's not just Marlboro, not just Sumter County. 11 counties. More than 4,500 youth, and they're on the upswing. A lot going on. You can be a role model. Whether the youth are there to see you that night, you can be a role model by picking up the phone, calling Lori Teal at 843-839-8221, 839-8221. Sure, the tickets are expensive, but you heard Don say it, the lion's share of those dollars that night are purely donations being driven in to support first the operating budget and then the capital improvements all over the PD Area Council, 11 counties. We've got role models in Matt D'Antoni and John Sawyer, the dedicated co-chairs of the event, folks like Don Weaver and Shaw Dargan and so many of the others who are stepping out on behalf of their companies. You heard the Eagle sponsors there. There's lots more star sponsors. A lot of folks are serving as role models that night and every day. All the volunteers in the PD Area Council, but think about the youth. 4,500 of them. Make a difference. Pick up the phone, 839-8221.